Time to do your NEBOSH NG2 or IG2 practical project, and you've decided to include a manual handling hazard on your risk assessment. It's a great hazard to include. Nearly everywhere has a manual handling hazard, so it's a nice, easy one to go with. In this video, I'm going to show you how you might want to put this down on your risk assessment. I'm going to show you some of the mistakes that you might want to avoid, and we'll talk about the laws, whether you're a national student or an international student. What law could you use when trying to justify this in part 3 of the assessment? First thing we need to do is take a look at the hazard categories. We have the hazard category here, manual handling. There we are. So that's the correct hazard category. And I've said this in a previous video, do not get this confused with work-related upper limb disorders. Yes, manual handling can cause work-related upper limb disorders. That's true. You know, you can get all kinds of sprains in your arms and joints and shoulders. But the work-related upper limb disorder category is reserved for kind of workstation stuff. Use of computers at a workstation, repetitive movements at a workbench, packing in a box when you stood at a machine. So it's designed for those kind of ergonomic issues. The manual handling category is designed for just pure manual handling stuff. So lifting items and moving them, carrying them, lowering them, pushing things, pulling things. So please don't get confused between the two. So manual handling is our hazard category. And here, you know, we do have to be descriptive. So we might want to describe what the handling is. So what do I mean by that? It's like, is it lifting? Is it carrying? Is it pushing? Don't just say handling of. I mean, I see this all the time. Handling of boxes. Are you pushing them, pulling them? Are you throwing them? Are you an airport worker throwing the luggage? You can tell I've filmed too many of these today. So we could say the carrying of boxes. Like boxes, are they heavy? Are they light? Can you give us an idea of the weight? Carrying of boxes up to 20 kilos. And where are you carrying from? Where are you carrying them to? What kind of distance? Carrying of boxes 20 kilos around the production hall and stacking them on racking. There we are. That's kind of more descriptive, isn't it? Got an idea of the weight, got an idea of what we're doing. Pretty good. The who might be harmed and how, that's pretty easy. The only person really affected, usually, in most cases, unless you're dropping it onto someone, the only person affected is the person doing the manual handling. So we could say here, for example, production operatives could what? We need an incident. Could lift the boxes unsafely. Could they do it? They could drop the boxes onto their feet or scrape their hands and fingers. So that's kind of the incident. And now we need a harm, or actually a variety of different harms, because we've got a variety of different incidents there. They could suffer from back injuries. Now, back injuries is a little bit vague. Like, can we be technical with this? What kind of back injury can you think of? Like a medical thing? Well, how about a herniated disc, slipped disc, basically, such as herniated discs. We could talk about tendinitis, stiff shoulder, bruises to feet, and cuts to hands, fingers. There we go. We have a who might be harmed and how. Now at this point we need to think about our control measures. So in the 2 next columns we need to control this risk. We have to make sure we are legally compliant. So we have to look at the law and the codes of practice and things to decide what are we legally required to do. We also have to show the NEBOSH examiner that we understand the hierarchy of control. So we have to go back to our course materials and look at how the hierarchy works. Can we eliminate this manual handling? Can we use some mechanical equipment to just, you know, a powered hoist, a powered crane, a forklift, a pallet stacker or something, just to get rid of it? Can we substitute this manual handling task for something that's a bit safer? Can we use some other non-powered equipment, like a pallet truck? Can we redesign the racking, you know, so we're not having to pick things up all the way up there, all the way down here? You know, we move things around so it's waist height. So can we redesign the area to make it safer? Don't just rely on gloves, safety shoes, and training. It's like that does not demonstrate understanding of how to resolve this risk. So, what law do you use? Well, for national, for NEBOSH NGC students, you are going to use probably the Manual Handling Operations Regulations. And you're going to refer to these when you do your specific legal arguments. So if you have a manual handling action in that box, you're going to refer to the manual handling operations in this box, because this is the most specific legislation for it. And in here, it's going to talk about the duties of employers. There aren't very many of them. It's very short, but it'll talk about avoiding the need so far as is reasonably practicable. It'll talk about the risk assessment and taking this one here, taking appropriate steps to reduce the risk of injury to the lowest level reasonably practicable. It will also talk about labeling of the weight, labeling of the heaviest side, and it talks about the consideration of things like physical suitability, clothing and training, and so on. So use whichever of those duties is relevant to the action that you are trying to justify. For the international students, for the NEBOSH IGC students during your IG2 project, you have ILO Convention C127, the Maximum Weight Convention. It's a very, very short one, and it just says here, no worker shall be done this, no worker shall do that. No worker shall be required, I mean, just that one, number 3 is probably good enough. You can talk about this one here, suitable technical devices for the transportational load. So if you're recommending mechanical handling equipment, I mean, that one might be useful. You've got women and young workers as well. So if you're making a recommendation to protect young people, then perhaps you could use. So just read through that and see which of those duties is relevant to the action that you are trying to justify. Anyway, there you go. I hope you found that super useful. Just remember, do not copy anything that I've written here. Like, do not copy that. That's my hazard. It is not your hazard. So, wishing you the best of luck with all of that. And I will see you, my friend, in another video.